YouTube. Let's go, YouTube. You're live. What's good with y'all? I ain't finna clown with y'all this morning. I know y'all be wanting me to clown all the time. I ain't finna clown with y'all. Straight up. I'm finna introduce y'all to this sorrel, though. You know what I'm talking about? It's sorrel. That's sorrel. Google it. Sorrel. What's good with y'all? How y'all feel this morning? Come on in to the assignment. I just want to know how you feel. How's life treating you? How, I just want to know. Because how you feel about this thing called life will determine how far you go. You feel me? How you feel about this thing called life will determine something in the atmosphere. I just believe that it'll determine a lot. It'll determine a lot how you feel. And so I'm deep on feelings right now. You know what I'm saying? Get out your feelings. Ain't no reason to be all in your feelings. You feel me? There's no reason to be there. Yeah, let me stop. I ain't finna play with y'all this morning. There's no reason to be in your feelings. Nah, like, hey, time out. Get out your feelings. Get all the way out your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And tap into a feeling that's going to produce something. We ain't talking about going to produce, negative stuff. We're talking about this good old positive. So I just want to see how y'all feel this morning. Come on, we can't play this morning, y'all. It's time to go in. We got to go all the way in. Y'all ready? On the march, get set, ready, go. Ooh-wee. Y'all there? Can y'all see? I can't see y'all. Where y'all at? All you got to do is open your eyes, Mr. Hourglass, man. Oh, that is. I'm sorry. I ain't know. I couldn't see y'all at first. You feel like, what do you mean you couldn't see us? What do you mean you couldn't see us? I can't see y'all. Well, open your eyes so you can see. Ooh-wee. I said, open your eyes so you can see and stand out of all of it and look down in on it. That's the position by which you have to be. Did you hear me? I say that's the position by which you're going to have to remain, is to stand outside of yourself, stand outside of the elements, stand outside of the environment, stand outside of the atmosphere, and then look down in on it. That's the position by which you have to be. And so y'all see, I wish I could have found my cap. I found my gown, but I couldn't find the cap this morning. You feel me? And I keep telling y'all, when the creator of all things says to shift, he said to tell my children to shift. And so I'm here on my assignment. You feel me? And so at the same time, I had to put on my, I ran across my gown from FIU when I was working on my bachelor's degree in psychology from FIU, Florida International University. Anybody know me know that I have a bachelor's degree in psychology from Florida, from FIU. So how y'all feel this morning? Come on in, YouTube. You full and ready and fresh. Come on in through the assignment. I found my gown was balled up and thrown back in a corner of my closet. Ooh-wee. Maybe I owe it an apology. So this morning, as I was preparing to come, and as I was preparing to, just get my psychological well-being, established and astounded, I seen my thing last night, this robe from FIU. I wish I would have had my cap and gown. They call it a cap and gown when you getting ready to graduate from one thing to another. And I'm telling you right now that graduations is in the atmosphere. And it might not necessarily be through an academic type situation, but we're always graduating. Did you hear me? I said we're always going to graduate. If you're living this thing called life out, you will have graduations. It might start from kindergarten. You don't know. You heard what I said. These graduations that we're going to obtain, right? I said these graduations that we're going to obtain through life. There's multiple graduations. Ooh, throughout life's curriculum. There's multiple. Did you hear me? I ain't scared of you. I said there is multiple graduations throughout life's curriculum. There's multiple graduations. And so at the same time, right, I saw my gown from graduation 2014. You say 14, 2014, I graduated with my bachelor's degree in clinical psychology from FIU. And so at the same time, you see how disconnected you are from the cap and the gown by where you found it. This thing right here should have been hanging up in my closet, at which one time it was hanging up in the back of the closet. Why do we put caps and gowns to the back? Because we no longer know that once we have graduated through a process, right? Once we have graduated through this process called life, for whatever reason, we'll put the cap and the gown in the background of life. And for whatever reason, I found this gown that I when I was so proud to walk across the stage and get my bachelor's degree in psychology, right? And at the same time, it ultimately changed the trajectory of my life through me graduating with a bachelor's degree in clinical psychology, positive developmental psychology. And so at the same time, I'm just here this morning after I found my gown. Ooh-wee. Did you hear me? It was never lost, but I found my gown. Ooh-wee. And so, you know me. He'll take me back. Sometimes I believe that the creator of all things will take you backwards in order to bring you forward. Did you hear me? I say sometimes I believe that the creator of all things, the Messiah, he'll take you back in your mind just to bring you forward in your thoughts. Ooh. And so at the same time this morning, I laid my gown that I found in the back of the closet, apparently having fell off of a hanger. And it was at the back of the closet that I found my gown. Ooh-wee. And sometimes I believe that the creator will take you to the back of something in order to bring you to the forward of something else. Ooh, you heard what I said. I ain't scared of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm telling you that the creator of all things will take you backwards in order to bring you forward. Isn't that word forward beautiful? We got to go forward. Yeah, and so at the same time last night, as I, began the shift, I was in the process of doing the things that I know I got to do, right? I'm at a point in my life where you have to make a shift. And so, he gives me these downloads, or she, or it, or the entity by which I've tapped in all the way into my innermost being. I believe that the Creator resides there in your innermost being. I know they try to get you to look outside of yourself for the hoopla and the Creator. And I'm telling you, I believe that he resides in you. That's where I tap in my innermost being. I tap into the innermost being of the essence of who I am. And I walk this thing out. He and I, or she and I, or it and I walk this thing all the way out through life, interacting consistently. And at the same time, I feel like, when I find something of this magnitude, he'll take you backwards. Because I remember when I was how proud and how excited and how excellent it felt to know that you walked across a stage at Florida International University in 2014, January. And then grab something that can never be taken away from you through knowledge, information, and understanding. And that's during the time that I went through my, my transition. That's during that time that transformation happened. You're going to have to transition and transform into this thing called life, right? In multifaceted ways, you're going to have to transition. You're not going to be able to stay the same, man. I know, as bad as you would love to stay the same, I'm letting you know that there's nothing that will have to remain the same, that you're going to have to evolve in this thing called life. You're going to have to evolve. You're going to evolve. And so I'm just so thankful this morning that, remember, I told y'all on yesterday that you're going to have to find your successes in the atmosphere, right? All of your successes, all of your accomplishments, and all of your accolades, and all the things that have caused you to be on the top side of the hourglass, in the light side of understanding and alkalinic conscientiousness, you're going to have to find all of your successes and tap back into your successes over your struggles. You're going to have to tap into your successes over your failures. And I remember this being a real true success for me, to go and academically and matriculate into the highest of universities in order to come out of that university with a degree that's substantial in the earth. I say that's substantial in the earth. And so I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I'm your thought-provoking specialist, your health conscious coach, and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And I'm here this morning to tell you that you might have to go backwards in order to go forward in this thing called life. Because sometimes I believe the way up with the Creator is down. Sometimes you have to go down, all the way down in the gutter. Come up out the gutter with the udder. you'll come up out the gutter with the udder. You got to come up out the gutter. Come on up to the udder, the uttermost high. And so this morning I found my gown in the back of the closet. I found my gown. It fell off the hanger and was way back in the back of the closet. As soon as I saw it, I started, my first intention, like, what is it doing back here? And I don't need this no more. Let me go ahead and throw it in the garbage. And in the midst of me even having that thought about getting rid of discarding the gown, he said, why would you do that when you done already told the mind of the people that they're going to have to tap back into all the successes in the earth? Because yesterday I told y'all that I saw a open field full of green grass, right? And as far as you can see, the grass was green and pretty. But in this grass, you're going to have to dig 2 holes in the fertile soil of your mind. And as you dig these 2 holes, depending on how big you desire to dig them, I'm telling you that you're going to have to till your successes over your failures. You're going to have to till all of your dreams over your doubts, man. You're going to have to till all your truths over all the lies that you understood or that was even told on you before. You're going to still have to till the truths in your lives. That there's truth. That's a part of your warfare armor, is truth. Have your loins girded with truth. And so I found my gown. I got it on. This is the stance that I'm taking in the atmosphere, that I am a success story. In comparison to everything that I've been through in this thing called life, if you look at my life, you would have to say he's a success story. I done been there and done that, y'all. I really have. I have really been there and done that. I have. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of everything that I've done. But I'm proud of where I am at the moment. I'm proud. And I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative that I didn't die in my mess. And now I have an opportunity to give you a message through the mess. Because I've lived in mess before. And I know that those first 4 letters in mess, you got to go through the first 4 letters in order to have a message. You're going to have to go through some mess. And that's just the truth of the matter. In order to have a testimony, you're going to have to go through a test. And so I'm here. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. Yeah. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And I'm appreciative of everything that he or she or it or the creator or infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, infinite understanding, infinite conscientiousness. I'm thankful that I can stand here this morning in September. Today is the 10th. And Denard, yeah, my son, was born 9990. 09 09 1990. My son, my child, Denard Bryant Davis. Yeah. Gotta celebrate his birthday. Gotta go through these days before I can even reach my birthday. I gotta go through this first. Yeah. 9 days after his birthday, which is 9 days after his birthday, he passed away. So he passed away 09/18/2019. Ooh-wee. I gotta still stand in the midst of it all. I'm still standing. And so I'm here. I'm still on my assignment. I'm still here. And I'm still on my assignment. Yeah. And so, what am I supposed to do? You tell me, what am I supposed to do? Huh? What am I supposed to do? You tell me. Tell me. Tell me, what am I supposed to do? Huh? Yeah. So, before I can get to my birthday, September 25th, I have to endure this first for the rest of my life. And it's okay. This is life's curriculum. Maybe I'm living out my life's curriculum in front of you. That's possible. Maybe I have to live out my life's curriculum in front of the masses. Because I don't know to this day as to why the creator of all things said, open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people. But I'm still here on my assignment, even having buried a child. I buried my child. Yeah. He was born 09/09/1990. And he passed away 09/18. So 9 times 2 is 18. He passed away 9 days after his birthday in 2019. So, Denard, I miss you, my brother. I miss you so. Yeah. I miss my child. I miss my child. Yeah. So, I found my gown in the back of the closet. Look what else I found, y'all. I found this on hanging on my door. It's missing my little number on it right there, but yeah, sometimes the creator of all things will take you backwards in order to bring you forward. And I'm thankful Y'all see that FIU? You can't have one of these unless you graduate. Did you hear me? I say you can't have one of these, ma'am, unless you graduate. You're willing to go through the test, all of the exams and all of the tests that had to be endured and accomplished successfully with a passing grade, you know, in order to get this, yeah, you got to go and get it. And I know some people say, oh, I could have went and got it, but you didn't. You ain't got a bachelor's degree. Some people don't have a bachelor's degree. Some people don't even have an AA degree. Some people stopped after high school and still was successful. I read about LeBron James this morning as I was preparing my mind. I don't think he even, has a college education, but he's still a millionaire. He's still, allowed basketball to become his way out the hood, his way out the ghetto. Still married to the same woman, his high school sweetheart, Savannah. I read a lot about him this morning that I didn't even know, because I don't keep up with it like that. But one time for LeBron, married to the same woman. They said somebody didn't have any outside babies and outside kids and never really lived, like a life of, so, said one, you got to give people their props, babe. You got to give people their props. Hey, boy, you got to give people their props, man. They doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? From a societal norms perspective. And he's handling his business. One time for LeBron James, my brother. If you ever get a chance to see my live, my brother, I'm proud of you, soldier. Yeah, I'm proud of you, my brother. Yeah. I just read a little script about you this morning, and it just said a lot of good, positive things that, you accomplished in your life, man. I'm proud of you. And so at the same time, as I was reading that, and as I was, reading that about LeBron this morning, I was just, I'm just happy for the young man. I really am. I'm really happy for him. And so, yeah, man, it's just like, I found my gown in the back of the closet, having fell off the hanger, and somehow or another, it was always to the back of my closet. Always to the back of my closet. And it was always to the back of my closet. And at the same time, yeah, so as I dug it out, I said, let me put on my robe. They call it a cap and gown, right? I said, let me put on my gown that I found in the back of my closet as I make this shift. And this morning, as I was making my mind and preparing my heart and my thoughts to come to deliver a word, right? Just to bring a real quick word into the masses, into the mind of the people, by which I believe that the creator of all things has allotted me, right? On this platform, by which he's given me to say something to the mind of the people. And as I was preparing, he said, tell him I said that the shift is mandatory. The shift, that we're getting ready to shift. And I don't know if anybody that ever rode motorcycles like myself, I had motorcycles all my life. That's how I walk with a limp right now, because I had a motorcycle accident that broke my right hip and my left ankle. And so I walk with a limp right now, but I lead with the limp. I got a title in my book called Leading with the Limp. But anyway, and so anybody that ever rode a motorcycle before, if you ever drove a stick shift car before, a stick shift truck, you know that there's a certain sound in the atmosphere that transpires when you're getting ready to, when it's time for you to shift. There's a sound in the atmosphere. If you're in first gear and you hitting it, and it happens in every gear except the last gear. The last gear you can ride out forever as long as you never stop. And so at the same time, there's a sound in the atmosphere that happens when it's time to shift a gear. On a car, on a motorcycle, I don't care where you at. If you're in first gear on a motorcycle, they're gonna tell you it's a sound in the atmosphere where you gotta click the, you know what I'm saying, hit the clutch, click the gear, and go into second gear. And then there's a sound in second gear and all throughout the remaining gears except the last, right? And so there's a sound in the atmosphere when it's time to shift gears. And so this morning, as I prepared my way to get here, in order for me to stand in the presence and in the purpose by which I believe that the creator of all things has allotted me, right? I came here to tell somebody under the sound of my voice, get ready for your shift. You'll know when it's time to shift because there's a sound that it's going to be time to go to another gear. And so I guess I'm here to tell you to prepare your ears for this sound, to prepare your mind for the sound and the shift that are going to have to happen because it's a mandatory shift that has to happen. It's mandatory. And it's almost like when you have been in second gear for a long time and it's time to shift into third. You're going to have to listen for the sound of that motorcycle, for that car, of just for the metaphorical sound. So I'm just here to let you know that the shift is mandatory. It's mandated. You're going to have to implement the shift. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist, your health-conscious coach, and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And so as I stand here with my FIU cap, I wish I could have found my cap. Y'all know, hey, look, y'all know I'm live out here, boy. I promise y'all to put my cap and gown on and would have my tassel on too. Y'all see I found the tassel. I found a tassel hanging on the front, hanging on my dope. You heard what I said, my dope, D-O. But anyway, hey, listen, man, I'm here to tell you that there's a shift that's mandatorily going to have you to go to the new dimension, the new realm, the new vibration, the new frequency, the new aura by which you're going to have to exude into the atmosphere is by the shift of going to the next level. You done been at this level too long, soldier. Hey, ma'am, you done been at this same level absolutely too long, and the gear is about to drag all the way out. I'm here to tell you that there's times in your life that you're going to have to shift the gear. You're not going to have the ability to stay in that same gear the rest of your life. That's not how this goes. So the shift is mandatory. The shifting. Ooh-wee. I said there's a shifting in the atmosphere that's mandatorily have to be adhered to. And so I came by here this morning on my journey of life. I'm on my own individualized odyssey. Ooh-wee, through the Hourglass Era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, in the 9 o'clock hour. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Allow us to guide. Did you hear me? I say, allow us I'm sorry, y'all. I got sidetracked for a second. I'm sorry. Welcome to the Hourglass Era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, in the 9 o'clock hour. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Allow us to guide as we delve into the depths of our consciousness and navigate the interwoven pathways of the mind. Join me on this thought-provoking journey where we explore the spiritual, intellectual, and physical realms, peering into the very essence of health awareness and holistic understandings. Everything on this earth is symbolic of the hourglass concepts, and its center represents neutrality, a balance, a pivotal metaphor for our journey. Just as the pH transition from acidity to alkalinity, so too must we navigate our thoughts. Did you hear me? I say, so too must we navigate our thoughts from discordance to harmony. It's about transversing the realms of the seven chakras and unlocking the spiritual experiences and aligning our conscious selves with the greater aspect of life. Each session unravels the unexplored conscious thoughts of human existence, inviting you to awaken, transcend, and comprehend the vast expansions of our inner world. So, come, tune in. Did you hear me? I say, come, tune in, and let's embark together on this extraordinary odyssey towards enlightenment. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Hourglass Era. We have to be cognitively aware of the pH in our bodies, right? In all three components, our spirit, our mind, and our body must be alkalinic. In order for us to stay, in order for us to matriculate, in order for us to remain, in order for us to kind of shift into the newness of it all, you're going to have to know that all three, your spirit, your mind, and your body must be alkalinic. And you might have to have an alkaline conscious thought process that's attached to it. And so I'm here this morning. I put my FIU, I found my gown, y'all. It wasn't never lost, but somehow or another it fell off the hanger in the back of my closet. And I found my gown. And the creator of all things, as I was approaching this plateau, he said, put on the gown. Sometimes he would take you backwards in life in order to bring you forward. Did you hear me? I say sometimes the creator of all things will actually take you down memory lane. Ooh-wee. I say there's a memory lane that you might have to go down in order for you to come up and see how far from whence he's brought you. You feel me? It wasn't just us, it was his hand upon our lives that actually caused us to matriculate and implement these things that he has called us to. And so I got my bachelor's degree in positive developmental psychology from FIU. Uh-huh. And so I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought provoker. Yeah, I'm here for no other reason than to provoke thought, cause you to do the mindset shifting. Did you hear me? I said there's a shift that has to happen in the atmosphere. Ooh-wee. There's a shift that's either going to happen, is happening, or has happened already. There's only three ways. It's gonna happen, it's happening, or it's at the same time it happened already. And so I'm just in the midst of the shift at this moment in my own personal life. And so the creator of all things said, tell him I said that the shift, they're going to have to listen for the sound. And there's a certain sound that happens in the atmosphere that you're going to have to listen for in order to know that it's time to shift. Same way you will if you was in first gear on a motorcycle, in first gear in a car, and you know the sound, where it sounds like it's about to stress out. You got to shift it to the new gear. And so I'm here to tell you, listen for the sound. He'll give you the sound in the atmosphere by which you're going to have to make the shift, man. Hey, sir, you're going to eventually have to shift, sir, old soldier. You're not going to have the ability to stay in first gear for the rest of your life. That you're going to have to shift. There's a shift that must happen in the atmosphere. Ooh-wee. And I'm excited about it. You better be too. Because if the creator of all things said shift, that means he's present. That means that his presence is a present in your life. And so at the same time, you better be cognitively aware of the sound. Did you hear me? I say you better be cognitively aware of the sound that's about to happen. Keep your ears attentive. Did you hear me? I say make sure that your ears stay attentive to the sound that he'll give you when it's time to shift. Because now the shift is mandatory. You done drug that gear out long enough, sir. Hey, ma'am, you done drug that gear all the way out long enough. And I know that the familiarity usually will keep you in a comfort zone. Did you hear me? I say usually a familiar type of atmosphere or territory that you're in will keep you grounded and keep you comfortable in that immediate situation. And I'm here to tell you that every individual in the sound of my voice, what I'm saying to you will resonate deeply. And you'll know that it's time to shift, and I'm talking to you. You'll know it. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Senior, your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And so it's time. Did you hear me? I say it's time, ma'am. It's time. Don't be scared. Why I felt like you were about to fear. Hey, did you hear me? Hey. I'm talking to you. Don't be scared. It's time to shift. Don't be scared when it's time to shift now. I felt fear just then. Yeah, you ain't scared. You have his presence and you have his purpose. Did you hear me? I say you have his presence and you have the purpose by which you know it's time to do the shifting. As long as you know that, did you hear me? I say as long as you know that, then you'll be okay. Sometimes you gotta use your love. Hey, sometimes you just gotta get your, can't be around here talking with no chapped lips now. You can't be around here talking with no chapped lips and no stuff at the corner of your mouth now. You know people will find a fault in you and then feel like, oh yeah, I don't want to listen to him. He got shades on. Like one of my white counterparts said to me the other day. So, man, I can't, it's hard to take you serious. I see what your DBs on. I'm like, see, he don't even know I put these on to block all of the foolishness out. This is symbolic. I put these on to block the foolishness so I can stay cognitively aware of my assignment. But how y'all feel this morning? I found my gown in the back of the closet, having had it one time on the hanger. Now that bad boy's always balled up in the back of the closet on the ground. And he said, get that and put it on. And make sure that your successes supersedes your defeats. Hoo-wee. He said, make sure that you make sure. Did you hear me? I say, make sure that you make sure. I could make sure that you make sure, sir, that your successes are tilled, are cleaned up around your successes. Can't clean up around all of your academic accomplishments. Make sure you clean up around all of your dreams. Make sure you clean up around your truths. Make sure you clean up around all of your beliefs. Make sure you clean up around. Because whatever you till the most in that fertile soil of your mind, you will build an aura of success, of academic accomplishments. You will build an aura of truth and beliefs and sincerity and genuineness and authentic, you know what I'm saying? You'll be authentically sound. You got to walk in authenticity. I don't know how to walk in faith. I don't know how to. Y'all need some fake folk, phony folk around y'all. Get on out from around this YouTube channel. I said, if y'all need some old fake, phony folk, keep on scrolling. It's a whole bunch of them out here that cannot walk in their authenticity. I see it all the time. And then as soon as you show up in your authentic self, well, you ain't putting on no flaw, you ain't flossing. You ain't got no reason to floss out here. You ain't got no reason to be walking around here acting like you done, like I done crossed all my T's and dotted all my, man, I'm an imperfect vessel in the earth. But guess what? He said that there's no perfection, but you must be pure. So I know I ain't perfect, but my heart is pure towards the mind of the people. I'll never come in here and pour out impurities in your eardrum. You ain't never got to worry about that. I'm going to stay solid, secure, and sound in my deliverance because I don't know how to be fake. Y'all want some fake, phony folk? Keep on scrolling. It's all good. Good job, black man. You did your thing. Good job, black man. Good job. You handling your business with your family. Good job, black man. You done raised your children to the best of your ability. And if they ever turn back around and tell you that your best was not good enough, that's what I just ran into the other day. Having had a session with a young lady that her daughter, she said, I done did everything I could to make sure my daughter understood that I loved her. And her daughter, after all these many years, then turned around and won't even acknowledge her mom about the efforts by which she's put into her life. And I told that lady, I say, look, ooh, forget these kids. And you done did your best, if you done put forth your best foot forward, when you might have not even had an example yourself as for being a father. Maybe your father passed away while you were in your mother's womb like mine did. Maybe you never knew a biological father like me. But you can still be the best version of yourself that you can become. You can still be the best version of yourself that you can become by believing it, by creating it, and then becoming it. Yeah. It first starts through belief. Did you hear me? You got to start out in belief, man. You got to believe in yourself when nobody else does. Did you hear me? I say you're going to have to believe in yourself when nobody else ain't paying you no attention. Yeah, you're going to have to believe in yourself. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning. I said I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Uh-huh. I just stopped by here this morning to tell somebody to prepare for your shift. Listen for the sound, because the sound by which you're going to have to listen for is that drug out sound, like you done been in that same gear too long. Any motorcycle rider, any person that drive stick shift cars, y'all know what I'm talking about. That at the same time, there's a sound that tells you it's time to shift into the new gear. And so I'm here this morning to tell you to shift. That the shift is vastly approaching. It's either shift, you either embarking upon a shift, or you might just be like where I am right now in life as I'm shifting. I'm in the process of shifting. Or you might just be coming out of a shift. I don't know. All I know is the shift is inevitable. Did you hear me? I said shifting is inevitable, that you're going to have to shift in order to get to the new realm, the new destiny, the new destination, in order to get to the new enhancement, the new enlargement, the new territory. You tell me which one it is for you. All I'm here to do is tell you, you gotta shift. Ooh, did you hear me? I say you gotta shift. And the shift at this moment is mandatory. It's being mandated. You ain't got no other choice in the matter. Ooh, did you hear me? I say you don't have a choice in the matter, man. Sir, you don't have a choice in the matter. Cuz nieces and nephews, uncles and aunties in the earth, you don't have a choice in the matter. You don't have a choice. You gotta do it even if you don't want to. Ooh, I say you're gonna have to do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you're gonna have to. The shift is mandatory. Uh-huh. And so I'm here this morning under my assignment. I had to come and tell you something that will elevate, that will escalate, that will increase your thought capacity. It increase your thought capacity, man, because you're going to have to shift. I done already told you that it's either on its way, you're in the midst of it at the moment, or you're just coming out of a shift. Either way, it's mandatory. Either way, it's been mandated that you have to shift. And the sound that you're listening for will be the sound of dragging out a certain gear. You can't drag this gear out anymore. You done drug it out long enough. So now it's mandatory that you do the shift to the new gear. I gotta go, y'all. Did you hear me? I said I ain't got no other choice but to go. I found my gown in the back of the closet. Maybe I had to put this on, like how he said this morning, to take me backwards in order to bring me forward. Maybe you need to go find your own gown where you graduated and you matriculated with your bachelor's degree in psychology. Yeah. And so I had to put my gown on this morning. He'll take you backwards in order to bring you forward. So he took me back and made me find my gown in the back of the closet on the ground. I found my gown on the ground. Hey, I found my gown on the ground in the back of the closet. You feel me? Had once been hanging on a hanger in the back of the closet, and it fell to the back of the floor on the ground, but I found it. And I put it on this morning. Because I am a success story. You got to say that for yourself. I am a success story. Ooh-wee. I said I am a success story. Ooh-wee. You got to say it for yourself. I am a success story. I got to go, y'all. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. And it's been a privilege to sit and to stand 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Thursday, in the 9 o'clock hour. It's been a pleasure. It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. Google that word for yourself. It's a conundrum. Yeah. And so I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. Because how you feel will become a determining factor of how far you go. How you feel about yourself will become a determining factor about how far you go. Did you hear me? When you feel good about yourself, about your accomplishments, about all your creations, how you've created ways out of no way. You created the way. He gave you the insight, the foresight, the eyesight. He gave you the lenses to view your life however you desire. I just desire to view my life as a success story. I made it through the gutter. Now I'm at the udder. I said, I made it through the guttermost. Now I'm up at the uttermost high. the uttermost power, the uttermost frequency, the uttermost vibrations, the uttermost aura that you're going to build in the atmosphere when you start exuding greatness in the atmosphere, then greatness will follow you. Greatness will be your plight. I said greatness. Yeah. So I'm thankful this morning. I'm grateful this morning. I'm appreciative this morning that I still have life, even having buried a child. I still have life. And so I'm thankful for my son, Denard Bryant Davis. You were born on 09/09/1990. And you passed away 09/18/2019. Ooh-wee. And I'm thankful, my brother. I love you. And I'll forever miss you, Denard. I'll forever miss you, my brother. And so I have to go through all these dates. My son's birthday, his death date. And my mom I buried her September 5th, 2020. And so I got to go through all this in my September month before I can even get to my birthday, which is September 25th. So the 25th of this month, I will stand before y'all at 57. 57 years old. I'm almost at the 60-yard line, y'all. Ooh-wee. I said I'm almost there at the 60-yard line. Uh-huh. I'm excited about getting there too. I ain't rushing it, but I'm excited about it. I gotta go, y'all. It's been a pleasure. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Listen, man. I listen, man. Y'all listen. I don't have all the answers. I just do not. But I'm thankful for my obedience for being here this morning through October 15th. This October 15th will make 2 years I've been here. Yes, I'm excited about that too. Anyway, I gotta go. Y'all be blessed. I came by here this morning to tell you the shift is mandatory.